Now it's time to understand the company architecture, because when you're going to work in a company, you need to understand exactly what role is assigned to whom, because you need to take care of all the roles and responsibilities, right? So we'll be understanding the security hierarchy of a company, how the security team operates, who do what, right? So that the basics will be cleared as a L1, and you'll be understanding exactly what are things you need to do in a company, right? So let's start with the security hierarchy of a company. So this is a hierarchy pyramid, right? In the bottom layer, there is SOC analyst, right? There might be SOC engineer, there might be GRC specialist, okay, and there can be a pen tester, right? Which comes under the bottom. So there's a technical team, okay. They actually perform tasks like log analysis and all those things being done by all those. Then on the top of that, SOC managers come, and red team lead, right? Red team is basically like there are two hierarchy in a company. First thing is the blue team and red team. Second thing is the red team. So blue team is protecting company from inside. Red teamers are protecting company from outside, right? That is a different. On the top of that, CISO comes, Chief Information Security Officer, which actually lead company in our IT and security programs, right? And on that CEO, right, CEO director, CFOs comes, which focus on global expenses. So we don't have to do anything with CEO. We need to take care of all those things, right? And SM, like security manager and red teamers, usually what does they do? They manage single team or department. Like red teamers department offense, red teamers lead offensive team, and SOC manager lead SOC team, right? And guys, one more thing, SOC, CISO is usually the decision taker for cybersecurity department. So they usually take decision for the key decision for the security decisions, right? Red teamers, as I told you, they are the offensive peoples, right? They try hack company from the outside. Okay, they are ethical first here. GRC basically companies always have to comply with some sort of informations, right? They need to follow some guidelines, they need to follow some rules, they need to follow some compliances. For example, PCI DSS, which is payment card industry data security standard, that you need to take care of if you are doing something related to payment and card transactions, right? So there's a lot of compliances. So GRC analysts usually do all those things. They need to check care of what exactly governance should we do, what should be the regulatories we need to follow, what are the compliances we need to do, right? So this is exactly what is the role of GRC. And then blue teamers, those who are working from inside, like SOC analysts are also a blue team, right? This is what exactly they need to do. Then let's see about SOC. So there is, like as I told you, SOC L1 is in the team, okay, L2 can be in the team, L3 in the team, security engineer can be in the team, and a security manager. So this is the entire team of SOC analysts, right? What they do, these are the first line of defense of a company. Like whenever any threat respond approach to the company, they are the first line of defense. They usually operate 24 into 7, right? This is for the security, first line of, guys, this is going to be a very important session, so I hope you are going to take care of notes as well. They create a detections rule, like how a threat can be detected, what should be the rules that you need to follow. Let's say if this is a port, right, you want only this should go inside, right? So there will be a specific rule, okay. Let's say this can't go inside, so there is some sort of rules which is created. So usually they need to create some sort of detections rule. They need to investigate security alerts. They need to collect logs. They need to monitor the logs. They need to cooperate with the IT team, and they need to write the summary of the report, right? What exactly happened, what things they need to do, right? Now next is, there is one more thing which is called CIRT. Okay, so CIRT basically means cyber incident response, which is called CIRT. So the cyber incident response team, okay, they respond to the incident that might be there. Okay, so who are into there? CSIRT IRT manager is in into the team, right? There is forensics lead. They are threat intel expert. There might be threat hunting expert. There is a malware list. What exactly they do? So this is CERT team, like company need to have a CERT team as well, those who are going to take care of all those things, right? Exactly what they do usually, these usually called on demand, like let's say if there is a cyber incident, then intel expert will be called. There might be if something is getting planned, threat hunting expert is called, malware list is called if there is any malware. If there is something need to investigate it, forensics lead will come, and CSIRT a manager will come when there is cyber incident. So usually they come on demand. Okay, they support SOC team with the analysis, right? They handle critical incident, right? They are sometimes they are outsiders, so they handle critical incident which have a lot of complexities. Like they sometimes find the hidden threats which is inside your company. They do a lot of deep forensics which may like investigating a laptop of an employee might be, and if there is any breach they work on recovery of that breach as well. So this is exactly what CIRT team do. What CIRT means? Cyber incident response team. So they usually come for that when something bad happens to your company, right? They're like a firefighter, right? When there is more fire, okay, when there is more fire, then firefighters are called, right? There is less fire, then SOC analyst will do all those things, right? Now guys, there is a specialized defensive role in company. Okay, so there is uh, this is a specialized defensive roles in a company, right? So first is a DevSec ops. Okay, DevSec ops, development security operations. What exactly it means? So DevSec ops is like very important. They usually take care of the entire life cycle, right? What are the things uh, of a development, uh, how it can be securely developed, and all those things they take care of. Then pen testers are the defensive role. Sometimes GRC auditor are basically take care of compliances. AppSec engineer is very important uh, role in a company. Usually they maintain secure software development lifecycle. If there is any application is getting developed, then they will maintain the secure software development lifecycle. What need to be followed, when need to followed, all this thing is being taken care by AppSec engineer. Like threat analyst, they analyze the threat. Okay, and then AI researchers, we actually study AI threats and how to defend against them. Usually, when something new comes into the market, defensive roles may increase or may take changes, right? Now, guys, we'll be understanding some sort of little advanced thing in SOC career. Okay, how to be a good SOC. Okay, how to be a good SOC analyst. So, as we'll learn from news. Okay, always see news, what ongoing. Learn from the seniors, right? Read it as much as you can, and then solve the labs. Okay. Now, a very important topic, right? So, exactly, we'll be understanding there is like in a company there is SOC, but let's say if company want a SOC, if they don't have any budget of like they can't handle a lot of people. So what exactly they need to do? So guys, there is something which is called MSSP. Okay, so let me show you. So we'll be having a difference between SOC versus MSSP, right? So MSSP basically means managed security service provider. Okay, so MSP, like if you don't have much budget, okay, if you don't want to rely on your team, then probably you might get some MSSP, right? Which is a managed security service provider, which actually getting outsourced. So there are a couple of companies those actually who give MSSP, right? If you're going to work as a internal SOC, so it might be not much complex. Like you have idea with the team, you have like already idea what exactly might get into a network, right? But in working is in MSSP, who provides services of security services, it's very hectic. So I'll tell you the difference. So there is a scenario environment. uh, you might be working for a bank, let's say. If you're working as a SOC, then there might be like you're working as a SOC team to protect a bank system. Like if you're working in a MSSP, then you need to you might be having a lot of client in the Europe for whom you need to actually secure a lot of things. You work for global, not actually in your office only. Okay, so like, so for example, in SOC, like you're working in a for securing a bank as an internal team. Okay, and if you're working as a MSP, you need to protect 60 customers in Europe. This is example we are taking. Workplace usually in association is that's very calm. You need to sit on a chair. You need to work very smoothly. But when you're going to work in MSP, it's very high, and usually there's a lot of queue. Like let's say if there's 60 clients, right? If there is 60 clients, then you'll be having a queue. First you need to solve this client, then you need to solve this client, and then you need to solve this client. So there you're having a lot of queues, right? And in associate center, like if threat gone, you just gone outside the company for getting some sort of task, is having some cup of tea, coffee. But in MSP, it's very hectic. One goes, one in. One goes, one is. That usually how it works. Security tools. You'll be having a few tools if you're working in SOC. Okay, you are having very limited tools like for analysts for all those basic things. In MSP, you will be having multiple tools because, like, let's say if you work, you have to uh, work for the client in Europe, you have to work for the client in US. So there might be some compliances they need to follow. There might be a specific tool they need to work on. So there are multiple tools you need to master, right? Incident practice, like you got an incident in your company associate center, you just learn from it. Oh, wow, this is how it's working. I'm just working on a Splunk, let's say. This is SIEM in your company. Then you need to see like this is how Splunk work and all this. But in basically the MSSP, every week you need to deal with a lot of new attacks, new patterns are coming, new breaches are coming, and you need to learn from that. Like so, in SOC you have very limited learning. In MSP you can learn on daily basis. So that's what we have. Like that's how we need to look for. And guys, always it's recommended to work hard to move to the L2. Okay, so I'll tell you what exactly you need to follow out. Like always SOC analyst want to move to L2, right? Learn for from every incident, every alert, check every alert, learn from that. This is the first point. Second point is think like a attacker, how attacker can get into a company. So just think like why would be attacks would be there, how it can be done, how it can be triaged. Third point will be verify everything. Whatever see you are seeing in your network, just verify everything, each and everything. Like there might be little more effort, but there will be more chances to get promoted as L2 because you'll be having get knowledge. Fourth is get involved in incident. Yes, for example, if there is any incident going around in the company, there is a cyber ransomware attack. So you just escalated to L2, L2 escalated to L3. So just try to engage. Like it's not like they are already working. So I don't have to just go there. Just try to engage so that you'll be having good knowledge, you'll be having very sharp knowledge, you'll having very advanced knowledge, and you can quickly move to the L2. This is what we have, the security architecture, exactly how the company is operating and where a SOC analyst just realized the company. So that's what we have for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any question, ask your instructor. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. Jai Hind.